Hello everyone, welcome to the Mateo Fisher Show, and today I am back for a new video discussing a court case proving that Rachel Maddow, an MSNBC reporter, that her show is not in fact a reliable news source and should not be viewed as reliable. So yeah, this is some pretty interesting stuff. So right here I have an article by the lovely Glenn Greenwald, great exposer of the Democratic establishment. A court ruled Rachel Maddow's viewers know she offers exaggeration and opinion, not facts. Maddow's show is different than a typical news segment where anchors inform viewers about the daily news. An Obama-appointed judge ruled. So this is an Obama judge. He should have sided with Maddow, but even he's like, no, this is just not a good news source. So MSNBC's top-rated host Rachel Maddow devoted a segment in 2019 to accusing the right-wing cable outlet One American News Network of being a paid propaganda outlet for the Kremlin, discussing a Daily Beast article which noted that one OAN reporter was a Russian national who was simultaneously writing for the Russian-owned outlet Sputnik on a freelance contract. Maddow escalated the allegation greatly into a broad claim about OAN's real identity and purpose. In this case, she announced I'm good with words, but I don't know what that is. Pro-Trump right-wing news outlet in America really, literally, is paid Russian propaganda. Okay, so look. One American News Network is not paid Russian propaganda. It's just a far-right news network that's just crazy, and it's just pro-Trumper all the way. In a response, OAN sued Maddow, MSNBC, and its parent corporation, Comcast Inc., for defamation, alleging that it was demonstrably false that the network, in Maddow's words, literally is paid Russian propaganda. So she's not joking around there, she's being serious. In an oddly overlooked ruling, an Obama-appointed federal judge, Cynthia Beauchamp, dismissed the lawsuit on the ground that even Maddow's own audience understands that her show consists of exaggeration, hyperbole, and pure opinion, and therefore would not assume that such outlandish accusations are factually true, even when she uses the language of certainty and truth when presenting them literally is paid Russian propaganda. And concluding that Maddow's statement would be understood even by her own viewers as non-factual, the judge emphasized that what Maddow does in general is not present news but rather hyperbole and exploitation of actual news to serve her liberal activism. On one hand, a viewer who watches news channels tunes in for facts and going-ons for the world. MSNBC indeed produces news, but this point must be juxtaposed with the fact that Maddow made the allegedly defamatory statement on her own talk show news segment where she is invited and encouraged to share her opinions with her viewers. Maddow does not keep her political views a secret, and therefore audiences could expect her to use subjective language that comports with her political opinions. Wow, so this is a pretty interesting stuff right here. I mean, you know that a news network isn't accurate when an Obama-appointed judge is saying it isn't accurate. And we've known this forever. Progressives have known this forever. I mean, you know how in the Cold War there was the whole Red Scare in the 50s where people just kept accusing each other of being communists, and they had the Rosenberg trials, and the news networks were just, propaganda that was, just anti-Russian propaganda. She's leftover of that. She's one of the leftovers of that. She's, one of those people who goes on the news and just fear-mongers about Russia nonstop. And what her defenders were basically saying was that, her viewers know that it's entertainment and that it's not accurate. You see, I don't know about that. I mean, look, I used to be, I wasn't always a progressive, obviously. I wasn't always this anti-establishment. I used to be a partisan liberal at one point. So there's a point where I would watch Rachel Maddow and I'd watch CNN and think that what they were saying was accurate, but it's not. Because the issues with MSNBC and mainstream liberal media is that, what they actually say, for the most part, is accurate, but they just don't ever criticize the Democratic Party. So they make it, they kind of distort the viewers' reality of politics. They make it look as if one party is just great and the other party is terrible, and that's just not true. And this is, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, all of them, they're guilty of that. So, and it's not because they're idiots, okay? It's not because they're partisan. There's a reason why the higher ups are hiring people who are super partisan. They want to distort people's view of politics. I mean, there was a point where I thought the Democratic Party was just amazing and is flawless, and the Republican Party was just terrible. And now I realize that they're actually both terrible. But no, like Rachel Maddow's viewers, like it's BS. The argument that her viewers know that her show is like is an entertainment show. No, they think it's accurate. Like I myself was indoctrinated by all these news shows and genuinely thought that what they're saying was true. So, they had to use the same argument with Tucker Carlson, because Carlson, he got, I think it was similar to this case. Like he got sued for spreading propaganda or something like that, and then his defense was also, hey, my show is entertainment. My viewers know this, which they don't. So please back off. Don't mess with me. And that's just not true. Like the things that Rachel Maddow is saying, her viewers believe it. That's why we have so many partisan libs in this country, because they hear from Rachel Maddow and Morning Joe and all of those MSNBC platforms that one party's great and that the other party, the Republican Party, is just terrible, which is just not true. So they get a distorted view of politics. So no, they believe what they're saying. So they're not just watching it for entertainment. That's just BS, that argument. I mean, don't watch her show. And if you do watch it, just take it with a grain of salt. Because in reality, she's just an anti-Russian propagandist. Her entire job is just to smear them. And whether she actually believes what she's saying or not, I don't know. So this isn't just like a thing with her. Because the way it works in this country is that we have such a strong fear of Russia because of people like her and, other reporters back in the day. Because of that, what happens is that, the Democrats will grab some person who disagrees with them and just call them a Russian asset. Like that's what Hillary did. Hillary Clinton called Tulsi Gabbard a Russian asset, which is a complete joke. And you probably wouldn't believe me, but she did do that. Like she referred to Tulsi Gabbard as a Russian asset. But yeah, this is nothing new. The mainstream media has been pushing anti-Russian propaganda forever, trying to kind of instill fear in our country, and it's worked. Like, I mean, whenever I hear the term Russia, whenever I hear about that country, I do get a bit nervous because, like, I've been taught to be scared of them. And then, also how in all the movies, the Russians are the villains, like some Russian general or something. It's just things like that. But, yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. See you all later, and bye.